The government is looking into ways to better monitor the safety of water in the Manila Bay area. Windell Rivera of the UP Institute of Biology tells us about the National Research Council's project on using metagenomics to detect microbial pathogens. Thank you so much for joining us, Windell. What is this pathogen detection and source tracking using metagenomics in the Manila Bay area?
Good evening, Rico. Good evening, everyone. Well, our project, which is funded by the National Research Council of the Philippines, uses a technology that identifies the bacteria from waste sources. We mean fecal matters from agricultural animals. It could be from domestic animals, also from humans. Also, the bacteria that would come from the Manila Bay monitoring sites. Now, if we compare these two groups of bacteria and looking at their similarities, this would give us insight on the possible links to sources of contamination. And we can also use this technology to detect pathogens or microorganisms that would cause disease not only in humans but also in animals.
And what are the results of your study so far?
Well, we were able to detect pathogens or harmful microorganisms that cause diseases. And this information may be shared to monitoring agencies like the DNR, also the local government units. So they can actually assess alongside their data whether the water can be used for its intended purposes. Well, we are still in the process of validating our results for source tracking of contamination. So we really cannot provide conclusive data at the moment.
And Wendell, there have already been several efforts from various stakeholders to clean Manila Bay, and so far have had limited success and impacts to its current state. What are your insights regarding this? Why are we having so much difficulty cleaning this body of water?
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, actually, improvement in the status of Manila Bay is not always measured by visual assessments like what people would normally do. Well, to be able to assess the total impact of rehabilitation efforts, one must look at different factors. It could be the status of aquatic communities, microbiological and chemical qualities of water, also aquaculture productivity. Now, our method may give insights as to how efforts have actually improved the microbiological status of Manila Bay, and from there, decide on the appropriate future directions.
And with the results and findings that you've had so far with your studies and research, what are the future directions and interventions that the scientific community is proposing to further address this water pollution in Manila Bay?
Well, I can name a number of interventions. One is to consider integrating, of course, our developed technology with current monitoring methods of several government agencies like the Manila Bay Coordinating Office. And it can also be used by other agencies like the Laguna Lake Development Authority and the like. Number two is to, of course, sustain partnerships with public and private agencies. Also apply the developed methods to other important water bodies in the country. We do have efforts to use the same technology in assessing microbial contamination in Laguna Lake, also in the 7 lakes of San Pablo. And soon we would like to check other important water bodies in the Visayas, also in Mindanao regions. Another intervention would be to use these results as basis for policy making in affected local government units. And of course, promote awareness on citizens. We really have to educate our people.
Thank you so much for your insights on the cleanup of Manila Bay and what needs to be done in terms of interventions. Windell Rivera of the UP Institute of Biology.